Last time on Sprigg Plays Dramatical Murder. We were apart for some time, but we never really changed at heart. I thought I'd just grow a little. I'm still me, and you're still you, right? Right. Koujaku-san. Benny Sugar Ray member calls out and starts running towards us. Don't ruin the moment, damn it, they're holding hands. Both Koujaku and I are startled and pull away our hands. No, boo! Riot? It's too sweet to last long, I guess. And here we go. Yo, what's up? I've received a call that we found that bastard in the kimono he was seen going into Oval Tower. Oval Tower. Oval Tower? You mean Platinum Jail's control tower? Technically, it's also the control center. It's actually Toei Inc.'s head office, I've heard. Toei Inc.'s headquarters? Why would Ryuhao be there? Could have been working with Toei? Huh. Koujaku's eyes lit up. Alright, we're heading out over to Oval Tower. Let's go. But how will we get inside? You usually can't just walk in. We'll go behind the scenes. Right. According to the guys who were following the kimono bastard, they said there were a separate employee entrance and security isn't so tight there. Then let's attack from there. Understood. Alba, are you coming too? Koujaku looks at me to confirm. You should know the answer to that. Because that's how we are together, huh? Koujaku makes a funny smile and I start to smile too. Oh, we're going to go find Toei and Ryuhao. Thinking about it, it's still strange. Koujaku and I are looking for different people, yet at the end we're going the same way. Now I should be able to foil Toei's plans. Head out, everyone. Yes sir. We leave the warehouse and make our way to Oval Tower. When we come close to the tower entrance, we advance on the other side and go towards the direction of the employee entrance. There are little to no people that go through the out-of-sight entrance, so there was not much security there. 2 security guards stood in front of a gate meant for vehicles to pass through. We hid in an entry alley and assessed the situation. First, we have to get those guards down. While we're doing that, you guys head inside. Is that really okay? We don't know if they have any weapons on them. It was only from the old Resident District's police force's mouth, but the guests don't like the police carrying guns around here, so they just have tiny crap on them, you know? I see. But still, be careful. I'm counting on you. Oh, yes sir. Alright, let's go. Benny Sugar Ray members avalanche out of the alley and run into the gate. What? Oh, sorry about this. They pounce on the distracted policeman, and it turns into an all-out brawl. We're heading out too. Got it. Koujaku and I run out of the alley to the side entrance. Some more policemen appear and block our way. Wait! You. The policeman raises his arm, baton in hand, over Koujaku. Koujaku blocks it with his own arm, and the policeman gets a fist to the solar plexus. Damn, stop right there. Whoa. The mob of them rush towards us, and we run away to the side like hell. A stumbling and slow policeman gets one of my kicks to his back. Take that. He falls forward, his face planted into the ground. The surrounding Benny Sugar Ray members are brawling violently with the police force. Alba. While Koujaku is running to the entrance, he yells out to me. I run after him immediately. Inside the tower are many doors with confirmation monitors by them. My ID must not be good here. Probably. Should we just trash it then? Alba, another message. Ren shows his head out of my bag. What? Now? Wait, huh? Captive Princess. I tried to ignore the message, but my coil kept forcibly pinging notifications. What is this, Ren? An unknown behavior. What is this? The lock to the heart has been opened. The lock to the heart? Well now. Suddenly, the sound of the lock being released goes off and the door opens. It just randomly opened? Is it broken or something? This message said something about the lock to a heart being opened. I have no clue what that has to do with this, but let's just go in. Koujaku turns around to his team members. Please take the elevator to the top floor. We'll also go there too. The members, now riding the policemen like horses, wave their hands to us. Oh, you people and your shenanigans. Koujaku nods his head back to them, and he and I go through the door. Here we are again. Through the door we find a long white hallway. So this is Oval Tower. I heard there were areas where regular people could go in the tower, but I see no one from the back door. But I can hear the faint sounds of footsteps. They must belong to the security officers on patrol. We examine our surroundings and carefully make our way down the hallway. It doesn't feel right. Yeah, it's too quiet, and an alarm hasn't gone off or anything. Without even opening our mouths, we both ask each other the same question. The side door opens so easily. Maybe it's a trap. We continue with caution and eventually see an elevator. There are 2 security guards standing by the elevator. We hide behind a wall before they can notice us. But, hey, what are you doing over there? Well, this is bad. Seems we were a little too slow. Footsteps approach us from the direction of the elevator. Koujaku and I exchange glances and nod, knowing we're thinking the same thing. Koujaku runs out into the hallway first, and I follow suit. You too. Oh, wow. Koujaku knocks one of the guards off his feet. I kick the other guard from the side and dash towards the elevator. I stretch out my arms, reach for the elevator panel, and push a button. Work! Have a nice nap, dirtbag. Koujaku gives a chop to the guard's neck. He then grabs the sword from his back and hits the other guard in the gut with the scabbard. Ooh! Koujaku! The elevator is already here. I go inside while yelling for Koujaku, then quickly press the close button. Koujaku slips in through the gap just before it closes. Phew, that was a close one. Yeah, you barely made it. The top floor, right? Yeah. I press the button labeled for the highest floor and the elevator starts to move. Hey, I was just thinking. Why did your team members say to go to the top floor? Is that where Toei is, or maybe Ryuha? Couldn't it be either of them? I thought you looked into it. I guess so. Does that mean Koujaku isn't sharing everything with Albert, perhaps? Shit's gonna happen. Okay. Koujaku goes silent, another troubled expression on his face. I know it's wrong to doubt the Benny Sugar Ray members, but it worries me. Oh, so think they're under their control or in their pocket? I guess that's another possibility. Okay. Why did they say to go to the top floor? Well, I guess important people are almost always on the top floor, so it might have been that. That's a bit of a stretch, Abu. After reaching the top floor, the elevator lowers slightly and eventually opens. When the doors open, I tense up, preparing myself for the police that might be outside. But the only thing outside of the door is another white hallway. I quickly look to my left and to my right. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Koujaku and I step out. As we go down the hallway, we come to see a huge door. It doesn't look like there are any rooms, so the whole floor must be dedicated to this one room. We walk up to it, but then stop. They're late. Koujaku murmurs. The Benny Sugar Ray members. They said they'd be here, but I wonder if they're okay. They couldn't have been arrested, but we can't sit here for long. Our uneasiness clearly evident. We walk to the door. Oh, this is different. Inside is a wide hall, just as I thought there would be. One man stands in the center of it. Ryuha. Ryuha didn't have on his cheerful expression that I'd come to know, but rather was smiling with only his sharp eyes. Koujaku, I knew you'd come. You bastard. Ryuha. Hello. So you came to Alba-kun? How nice. Huh. Don't fuck around. You won't lay one hand on him. Isn't that just your problem? I don't know if I'll get my hands on him just yet. Ryuho. Koujaku raises his voice and pulls out the long sword off of his back. The atmosphere in the entire room changes. This again. Koujaku's acting strange. Koujaku pulls off the scabbard and grips the sword with both of his hands. His brow furrows into a deep wrinkle, and he appears terrifyingly hostile. If I get you, Alba-kun, you'll be my second. No. Rather, another one of my wonderful masterpieces. Draw your weapon. I won't even let you lay a finger on him. You shouldn't be too angry now. Do you remember what I told you? Shut the hell up. Koujaku roars, and the air shivers. I need to stop him or else. When Koujaku becomes like this, I can see him turn into a body of pure rage. If he becomes consumed by this, he might not even be able to return back. The thought of that makes me shiver. I need to stop it before it happens. Alba-san. When I turn around, I suddenly see the members of Benny Sugar Ray. You guys. One of the members grabs my shoulders. There's something strange about him. When I look at his face, I feel a sense of discomfort. Gonna be like dry juice. His eyes are dull. They're empty, expressionless like a doll's. I know these eyes. I've seen them before. When Mizuki was being controlled. You shouldn't stop Koujaku-san. What are you saying? Then he'll... Well, this is what Koujaku-san wants. Stopping him would be just tasteless. And that is the only thing I cannot let you do, Alba-san. Watch them until the end. Together with us. This is what Koujaku wants? For us to watch them until the end? No. If I do that, then... Let me go! The grip on my shoulders loosens, but then the other members come over to hold my body down even more. Koujaku? I look over to Koujaku, wondering if he even hears me. I can only see traces of his original self left in his eyes. What are you guys doing? Oh, shall I tell you something interesting? Ryuho points to me and the other members. Do you see their necks? Look at the thin wounds. They're on Alba-kun too. Without thinking, I look towards the neck of one of the members. There are deep traces of needle marks. Those are on my neck as well. Wait, I think Koujaku said something about that too. That there were needle marks on my neck. Fucker, what did you do to my members in Alba? You know, when I saw Alba-kun loitering around the front of the club entrance, it was truly love at first sight. So, on a passionate impulse, I pricked him. With a sort of mind-altering drug. I wanted to see how he'd respond, how he'd come undone, but you interrupted halfway. I knew you had come here, so I had to make a more solid plan. 2 objectives, how I'd get Alba-kun, and how I could quickly stir you up so you could grow out your tattoo a little bit. Just so I could prepare for you. I visited the old resident district a few times to set some things up with your petty comrades. Oh, I see. So yeah, you did that to Dry Juice and Mizuki. Well, aren't you a fuck? You couldn't have. Yes, don't you know my needle well? My ever so strictly diligent needle penetrates their bodies and changes their hearts. With that, just one little prick is enough. They can't feel a hint of pain, maybe as much as a bug biting them. By the time you came into my room, they were already my puppets. Ryuho puts on a happy smile and claps once. And when he does, a member holding me down pulls me up by my arms. Ow! I'm not completely sure, but that sound from the clap Ryuho made. Is he controlling the members with just clapping? What Whether or not Albacun and these others live or die has been in our hands even more than ever now. Bastard, I'll never forgive you. I'll beat you to death, right here and right now. You really did forget what I told you. When that tattoo was put on you, you were just a child. Luckily, you've come back to me. I'm pretty sure I told you to be careful when you became an adult. Okay, Koujaku, you mother killer. Don't say it! Koujaku's whole body shakes as he roars. Seems like his entire body is swelling up. I thought it was an illusion, but it isn't. All of the muscles in Koujaku's body grow tense, and something like a roar bursts from his now bare chest. On his now naked upper body, the tattoo on his back is in clear view. When I look, I tremble. On the left half of his upper body, tree pinoy should have been falling, but it's now completely changed. His exposed skin changes into a deep red, into different patterns and shapes. They coil around his back and up to his arms, as if the tattoo is alive. I see nothing left in Koujaku's eyes as he takes rough breaths. All there is hatred and anger. Koujaku! I desperately call out to him, but it doesn't reach his ears. Oh, this is quite a sight. Ryuhao stares lovingly at Koujaku's transformation, and a grin spans across his entire face. Your tattoo was a one-time experiment. It wasn't formally called one. It was a request from Toei. Toei? Tattoos are parts of people, a sort of seal. You're stuck with them until the very end. It's important to be prepared for that. It's the same way with tattoos. Toei was looking for a way to control people. He must have heard a rumor about me since he proposed an idea to me. That it'd be possible to control people from a tattoo. I thought it was an interesting idea. He piqued my interest, and I chose you, Koujaku, to be the subject. That tattoo wonderfully eats away at your mind. I can already see it taking over. I gave you warnings to never lose control over yourself, but alas, you are such an idiot. It's been growing inside of you because you hadn't yet matured. Neither had your tattoo, so you could revert back after a fit of anger. But now that you are an adult, that tattoo has matured too. It absorbs your anger, and finally eats away at you until there's nothing left. That is when you two finally unify. When the real flower blooms, it feeds on your vitality, and when it burns it all off, it will become a most lovely flower. Ryuhao looks extremely happy, and with a twisted grin he opens up his arms. Soon, I'll have no more regrets. As a result of your sense and my persistence clashing, I am the winner here. Now, in exchange, take away my spirit. Ryuhao! No, Koujaku, stop! My voice won't reach him. Koujaku takes his blade and aims it at Ryuhao. Koujaku! He strikes him down. An awful sound reverberates throughout the room. The sword in Koujaku's hands pierces through the body of his worst enemy. The tip of the sword pokes through Ryuhao's back and blood drips from it and trickles down onto the floor. Blood flows from Ryuhao's mouth as he slouches over, but he's still smiling. The blood trickles down his smile. To be killed by my best creation. I've used up my luck as a tattoo artiste. A large amount of blood drizzles out of Ryuhao's giant grin. He looks down and slumps further. Koujaku mercilessly pulls out his blade. Even more blood darkens black on Ryuhao's kimono, and he tumbles to the floor. I wasn't able to stop him. Nothing can come out of hatred. Weren't you one of the best people to know that? Even so. Why did you do that, Koujaku? Suddenly, the members holding me down collapse. When I look around, I see that the rest of the Benny Sugar Ray members have done the same. I lean over them and put a finger to one of their napes. He has a pulse. They just look faint. What's the meaning of this? It's like they're dolls whose strings were just cut. I'm attacked by a sudden feeling of drowsiness and lose all strength in my legs. I can't believe I'd be drowsy now of all times. I put a hand to my now blazing hot neck, and I feel a place on it swell up like a bug bite. This is a trace from Ryuhao's needle. Everyone, including all of those Benny Sugar Ray members, were pricked by Ryuhao's needle. Maybe, since Ryuhao died, his influence has disappeared? I don't know if you're gonna be that lucky. I feel so sleepy. I begin to lose focus, feeling as if I'm about to fall down, but I can't let myself. Koujaku's still. I shake off the drowsiness and somehow find the strength to stand up. But then... oh damn. I freeze at the sight before me. Koujaku stands there holding his blade as it drips with blood, completely without a trace of his former self. Koujaku! Koujaku won't recognize me. Koujaku swings his blade and begins to run towards me. I fumble trying to get away, with my senses dull and slow, when a frightful wind blows just above my head. Koujaku, stop! Koujaku grips his sword, once again blazing towards me. I throw my entire body to the floor. Koujaku, get yourself together. The ominous tattoo coiling around Koujaku's back now spans all the way to his face. How should I stop Koujaku? What do I do? Destroy! 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 That is the only way. The only way to stop him. A way to stop him? Yes. Before he destroys you, you must destroy him with scrap. There is no other way. No. If I use scrap, then Koujaku will end up just like Mizuki. Oh, if you had chosen the right words at the time, Mizuki's consciousness might have returned. If I had just faced Mizuki, I might have been able to save him. Then, did I save Koujaku too? There's no time to hesitate. I can't think of any other way. I look straight into Koujaku's eyes. I don't even wonder if this will work or not. I have no time to. It'll definitely go well, right? I repeat that to myself countless times. It'll definitely go well. I'll definitely save Koujaku. Koujaku! While he charges at me with his blade overhead, I jump into his chest. The sword to the side of my face grazes my hair. Destroy! 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 I ignore my unrelenting headaches and concentrate on the Koujaku's lifeless, pure white eyes. Koujaku, I'm going inside of you. Here we go. Well, I'm sure we're not going to run into anything awful or fucked up in here, right?